The rapid expansion of online education has led many to ask whether traditional offline learning is still necessary. Digital platforms promise flexibility, accessibility, and efficiency. Lessons can be watched from anywhere. Lectures can be replayed, and education seems no longer tied to a physical place. Yet despite these advantages, education cannot fully move online without losing something essential. Offline learning remains a core element of how knowledge, skills, and social experience are formed. One of the key reasons offline education matters is the role of physical presence. Learning is not only about absorbing information, it is also about attention, discipline, and emotional involvement. When students are physically present in a classroom, their bodies and minds are engaged in the same space as the teacher and other students. This shared environment creates a sense of seriousness and focus that is difficult to reproduce online, where home distractions are always nearby. Offline education also plays a crucial social role. School and university are not just places where people gain knowledge. They are spaces where individuals learn how to interact, cooperate, argue, listen, and defend their ideas. Informal communication before and after classes, group work, and spontaneous discussions all contribute to intellectual and personal development. These interactions help students understand themselves and others, and develop social skills that cannot be fully learned through screens. Another important aspect of offline learning is the relationship between teacher and student. In a physical classroom, a teacher can read the mood of the group, notice confusion or fatigue, and adjust their approach immediately. Eye contact, tone of voice, and body language carry meaning and help build trust. Online formats often reduce this connection, making communication more fragmented and impersonal. Even high-quality digital tools struggle to replace the emotional presence of a teacher in the room. Offline education also supports structure and routine. Fixed schedules, physical movement between classes, and clear separation between study and personal life help students organize their time and energy. Online learning requires a high level of self-control and motivation, which not all learners have equally developed. For many students, especially younger ones, the offline format provides necessary external support that helps them stay engaged and responsible. This does not mean that online education has no value. Digital tools expand access to learning and can complement traditional formats. They allow students to review materials at their own pace and make education more flexible. However, problems arise when online learning is treated as a full replacement rather than a supplement. Without offline interaction, education risks becoming purely informational, losing its formative and social dimensions. Education has always been more than the transfer of knowledge. It is a process of entering a shared cultural space where values, norms, and ways of thinking are passed on through direct human contact. Classrooms, campuses, and schools are environments where learning happens through presence, imitation, dialogue, and shared experience. Removing the offline component weakens this process. Back to school does not mean rejecting technology. It means recognizing that education depends on real human interaction. Screens can support learning, but they cannot replace the classroom as a space where knowledge becomes lived experience. That is why education cannot abandon offline learning even in a digital age.